Hey, I wanted to do a real quick video just showing an issue I've had with this product. So you see I have 3 here, 2 of these are replacements. This is the first I ordered. This is a replacement they sent me free of charge, no issue. And when I had the same issue with that one, they sent me a third free of charge again, no issue. So good, kudos to them for that. The problem is I had the same issue with all 3, so I'm gonna show it here. This one is opened up quite a bit, a little bit exaggerated just to show the problem. But obviously this would be like a super coarse grind, and you can see over here, not so much. And so the problem is this thing is just loose and it wiggles all over the place. Looks like there's one rod going through all the way through it. And there's a little bit of a spring-loaded mechanism here, so you can twist this guy down to get a tighter grind, a finer grind. However, the problem is there's some play in this, which has gotten so much worse with just a couple of weeks or months of use, and it's just all over the place. So as you're grinding, this thing is wiggling around, and you have huge grinds coming on one side, and on the other side, so fine it's actually rubbing the burrs against each other. So if you do like a cold brew and you run it through the strainer, after you dump all the grinds out into the strainer, it's just gonna be like all the super fine stuff gets right through it. As you're drinking your coffee, you're drinking these grinds. If you do a super fine one like an espresso, obviously still this is too loose and coarse for that as the setting is right now, but what you can see right there, the burrs are making contact completely. So as you're rubbing this around, grinding and turning the handle on the other side, which would be connected, this handle here, it's just grinding the burrs hard against them the whole time. So it's a little bit more working than the other shoes. That's straight up in the instructions, says not to have it set to where these things are grinding. It's not good for the product. So that was the second one I had the same issue with. I used it like once and I realized, okay, that's not good. So they sent me a third one again, which I just got. I hadn't even used it, and I just pulled it out. This one's even easier to move. Sorry for the camera moving all over. It's just not super solid built in there. So if somebody doesn't care at all about the consistency of the grinds and is fine with larger and smaller ones, you could probably open it up real big like I did this first one. And until it loosens up and wears out, you know, maybe the burrs won't grind, but now this one will grind and still has monster grinds coming out of it, which are just not, even for cold brews, too big. So a little frustrated, you know. It seems like a cool little product. I enjoyed using it for a little while I had it, until I started realizing what was going on after the first few days or weeks of use, and then it just got worse and worse. To the point now it's like that you just can't use that for good espresso or good cold brew, you know, for something you want consistent grinds on. So sad. Cool looking product, seems like a good idea, but I got 3. I gotta finally call it quits and say that it probably isn't working.